Welcome to day 467 of our DAODAO journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by MT Tech. They are an investor in DAODAO. So what's the latest crypto news today, Brian?
Yeah, so away from DAODAO, there's been another bankruptcy within the crypto space. This time, Voyager Digital, they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the Southern District of New York yesterday. And they said that they suffered huge losses from having exposure to the crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, which, as you likely know, they went under last week. So what we're seeing is contagion. And for those who don't know, contagion is basically when one financial firm goes under and those associated with it or have exposure to those firms, they also suffer and can go under as well. So like if you're over leveraged and you're investing in a specific fund and you're this other fund, then you're going to have ramifications of that fund going bankrupt. And that's what we're seeing. If things get really contagious, then that's when you can see markets collapse. And we saw that with the Lehman Brothers collapse in 2008. But I don't think it's going to get to that extent. I think most of the major exchanges are not as leveraged as some of these smaller ones are. There's more regulation in the United States, and a lot of these major crypto firms like Coinbase and Gemini and Binance, they aren't over leveraged. They aren't in over their head.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have a COVID level contagion going on.
Right. COVID of the crypto world.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's potential for a rebound though. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and we'll see, like you said. So yesterday was big. We had a DAODAO community hangout hosted by Ed Moss, Mossified, and Erica Ishaniz, who is the new hiree of DAODAO for partnerships. And it went really well. Like I was surprised. Erica managed to get, at one point there were over 50 people there, I think 52. And for the majority of the 1 hour hangout on Zoom, there was between 40 and 52 people. So the turnout was amazing. Lots of BitCloud OGs were there. I saw so many people there, so many people from the beginning. And what they talked about is a kind of a variety of things. Ed Moss started, he introduced Erica to the community, and then he covered DAODAO's vision, their mission, their strategy, their Q3 goals. And he went over that growth strategy document that we posted about maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where they're kind of giving their strategy on how they're going to grow DAODAO. Erica then spoke a little bit about community strategy and then opened things up for questions and answers. We got maybe 4 or 5 questions and answers, and then they shut it off when the hour was up. But it was really insightful. Erica showed that she's really in control. I think she's really excited about DAODAO. I think she's going to be a good fit. Erica said that she wanted to update the DAODAO Discord and make it more engaging, so she's going to work on that. They said that they're going to have calls like this every 2 to 4 weeks, so 1 or 2 times per month, which I'm looking forward to because I had a good time listening to them and kind of hearing what they have to say. And they want to start giving bounties and giveaways to the community as well. That's something they highlighted. Ed said that he started reaching out to other communities about starting DAOs. But I think the crypto crash had some ramifications where a lot of people are kind of hesitant. So they kind of refocused on trying to do some other things in the meantime. They found that most communities that are away from DAODAO, it's hard to onboard them because they don't want a new coin that they have to buy. So what DAODAO decided to do is they want to prioritize the USDC treasury so that people don't feel, oh, we need to get a new currency, we can use USDC. So that's what they've been concentrating on during this crypto, I guess, winter. Mossified Ed also said he's going to release a list of DAOs and communities that they're communicating with. That would be interesting. And said that soon there's going to be a DAO vote for the fees and trading. So DAODAO is going to put that to vote pretty soon, likely this week. I think Erica actually mentioned that. So it was a good time. Lots of great information.
Any word on any DAOs that we might see coming or might see coming in the near future? Or are they kind of like, still in the wait and see game?
Yeah, I think they're still in the wait and see frame of mindset, and they're looking to bring on USDC. It seems to be their first goal, just because that's going to help onboard some of these other projects that might want to create DAOs.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. I couldn't attend. I stopped in for like maybe 5 minutes, but I couldn't really stay too long. I was in the middle of going on a train ride with my kids.
Yeah, so also High Key, they gave an update on their DAO. Of course, they have their casino DAO, and they said that they want to give everybody an opportunity to invest before the casino launches to the public on September 7th. So the launch is coming in just about 2 months now. And if you want to get in on the DAO, check it out. I think it's a clever idea. They're going to be doing a profit share with DAO holders. And I think that's a unique way of looking at their DAO, and High Key is all about publicity and celebrity outreach. So it's an interesting concept for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's only a couple months away. So it's pretty quick.
Yeah, and then Zirkles, they unleashed questions. So questions allow people to post questions and others to get answers on the DeSo blockchain. Blog owners can benefit SEO wise, they said, from answering questions, because they basically get listed like blogs on Google. So that really cool. They're continuing to work, continuing to push out products. I love what Tony Lewis and Dennis Lewis are doing. Keep pushing forward. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's kind of like the Web3 version of Quora or any of those other question apps, web apps. I love the idea. I think Web3ifying that has a lot of potential. Maybe you can give diamonds to the best answer, or I think there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I'd explain it too, like Quora, if anybody's familiar with that. DeSo Messenger also had an update. They said, "Hey DeSo fam, today we've launched channels and archiving. We also shipped DAO coin gating. That's pretty cool. So soon you'll be able to create private DAO gated group chats on DAODAO." I love this, and it just shows that there's so much going on behind the scenes. Just because the coin price is low doesn't mean the technology is not progressing and all these subnodes aren't progressing. They say give these features a whirl and let us know what your thoughts are. But they also tease what's coming soon. So what's next? Replies are coming, tipping, reactions, and something really cool, URL routing. And this is so that users can type in something like app.desomessenger.com/u/natter, the username at the end, of course, and it would open a one-on-one conversation with Natter if you type that URL in. That's really cool.
So I'm just wondering, do you hear all the crazy sounds in my background?
I hear them a little bit.
On a busy street in front of my hotel, and there's like all these big trucks and people doing their lawns and stuff. So I apologize if there's bad sound. But yeah, I think I love what DeSo Messenger is doing. I think there's so much potential for DeSo Messenger to be integrated into other apps, and that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, the one-on-one conversations with that URL, I think that's amazing. It's going to give people kind of a gateway into DeSo Messenger. So you could just post that link on your website and say, hey, if you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me, just click here and it will open it on the blockchain. Exactly. It's great. So DeSoFi is actually giving away $5,000 on Twitter. Wow, this is incredible. All you need to do is follow them on Twitter, tag 3 of your friends who are not following them yet on Twitter, and just retweet the post, which is their last post. And if you do that, you'll be entered into becoming one of 10 people to win $500 in USDC. So check that out for sure.
Yeah, I love what DeSoFi is doing. $5,000. It's a ton of money. I think you said 10 people are going to win $500. It's a great way to promote DeSoFi outside of DeSo. So definitely take part in that competition if you haven't already.
Yeah, and I also want to move on to Supernovas. They posted some news, some not so great news. They said that they're running out of cash, and they said they raised $250,000 in December. I'm guessing from the Octane Fund, and another $50,000 through their DAO through the sale of their NFTs. They haven't been able to find any VCs to invest in the DAO. It's kind of been tricky for them to find VCs who actually want to jump into the DAO. I think it's really early yet. I definitely give them credit for testing out the DAO concept and taking that risk. They had to lay off their entire team, they said, because their funds are diminishing. They said they're going to open source Supernovas code, though, their code base, which would allow other developers to kind of use the code and build their own websites. So kind of open source all of Supernovas, which would be really cool. I mean, I hate that it's coming to this though, but I think that would really open things up. They hope to revive the platform probably in the next 2 to 6 months. But I think a lot of this, I think that a lot of this just has to do with the crypto market right now. There's so much going on in a negative way that finding VCs to invest, I think, isn't an easy thing to do. They accomplished a lot in the last 7 months. They've accomplished a lot. They're going to be holding a call with DAO members later this week to kind of discuss where things went wrong, what might go right in the future. But Supernovas is not done by any means. They're still keeping this project alive, and like I said, they're open sourcing it. But I mean, it is sad to see it come to this, because I think that they've worked really hard and they produce a really, really solid project. So we'll see what the future holds. I think that it's just bad timing in the market right now. I don't think it's anybody's fault that this happened, other than just the market timing and having to run low on cash right when the crypto market and general global markets are kind of faltering.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's a combination of the faltering of the crypto markets, faltering of stock market. I think the lack of VC interest right now, just due to the unknowns, I think is probably playing a role. I don't know, like to me, it's going to be hard to get VCs to invest into a DAO right now. VCs are so used to investing in their traditional ways that it's going to be hard to, I think, go the route of a DAO and then also expect to get the big VC money. I think that's going to be a problem until DAOs become more common and until DAOs have better legal mechanisms to protect investors. The way these DAOs are created on DAODAO aren't really in the best interest of the investors. It's more in the best interest of the DAO. So I think that might be kind of playing a role in, making it harder to raise money within the venture capitalist community rather than the DAO community. I think it was hard for them to raise money on DAODAO because as DAODAO launched, we were in the midst of a crypto winter. So, I think timing was just bad. Like, I think a lot of it had to do with some bad luck with the timing. I don't really think it's anything that the founders did wrong. It was just, things just didn't work out when it came to timing. And I think Franz and team, I think they're going to be able to rebound. I think, they might have to make some cuts here and there, but I think overall, I think they might be able to make a comeback once things start picking up.
Yeah, and just touching on your comments about VCs, I think that we need a better framework to protect investors as well. Maybe there can be different templates that creators can have when they're creating a DAO. So you could have one that protects investors heavily, but you can also have ones that are more favoring towards the DAO creator. So when you create like a Pokey DAO or something like that, you don't have to worry about all the other legal implications. But it is tricky because then you're maybe saying this is a security if you do protect investors. So it's just a tricky kind of I guess battlefield to be working on, and the crypto crash certainly didn't help. But we'll see. I think things will change. I just think it's so early in the DAO life cycle that we don't really have those frameworks in place. So when you do go to look for VC money, they're like, I mean, maybe I'll invest from a traditional standpoint, but I really don't want to buy into a DAO because maybe our partners aren't going to go for that or something like that. So I do know Nader and the team at DAODAO are reaching out to VC funds, and maybe this is going to change. They'll probably get a lot of feedback and get some legal advice from the VCs to say, hey, we need this, we need this, we need this. But we'll see. And like you said, I don't think Supernovas is going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're one of the OG teams here, and I think people use Supernovas, people like Supernovas. So, whether it's them open sourcing the code and then somebody else helping them develop that way, I think one way or another, Supernovas is still going to be here. At least I hope.
Yeah. So moving on, GD Virtual Galleries. They're entering the adult content industry. And I know there's probably some people that are like, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. But then there's people that are like, oh, this is going to be an opening for DAODAO. So they're teaming with a Colombian adult entertainment star, Esperanza Gomez, who has 2.2 million Twitter followers. That's huge. And they're going to create a virtual gallery. It will feature live streams, videos, photos, and her virtual twin. They're also partnering with Brazzers, Bang Bros, Naughty, and Cam Soda in Miami, Florida, and they're going to be doing some big things there as well. So I don't have a problem with this. I think that adult entertainment and the internet, they kind of go hand in hand. So why not reach out in that direction? It can be entirely separate from all the other 3D stuff you're doing, but why not expose yourself to multiple industries? And if one takes off, then you're really doing well. So I think this is a great idea for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think people want realism and a virtual reality type atmosphere when it comes to adult entertainment. I mean, I think that's the future. I mean, I guess it's depending on who you are, and what you like. But I think that's ultimately the future for as far as adult entertainment goes. And I think GD Virtual Galleries are going to be at the forefront of a lot of this future metaverse like stuff that takes place. And I think they're trying to hit it from all angles, and ultimately I think several of them will succeed.
Well, and DAODAO kind of offers the ability for these entertainers to have a social profile as well, and connect that social profile, earn from it, have coin buys and all of that. So it's kind of a good fit, I think.
I wonder if they're going to have any integration with DAODAO in these.
That's what I'm wondering as well.
Virtual galleries.
Maybe GDS can reply to this and let us know. So moving on, Nigel's launched his DAODAO Lander NFT project. It will launch with 100 Genesis NFTs, and then we'll have a generative series at a later date. Definitely check it out. Nigel's has been a BitClout NFT OG since the beginning, and I love what he's doing.
Yeah, Nigel's is like, he's single-handedly kept the NFT space in DAODAO alive at certain points in time.
Yeah, so quickly, I want to get to the top NFT, the people who bid the most on the most NFTs over the last 24 hours, according to NFTZ, and they are BitClout FR, MP3, Nigel's, Manic, La Big Mac, Vishal Gulio, Meta Philosopher, up there, of course, Zian Mead, Dow Bank, and Studio Richards. And then I want to get to the top Diamond Day creators from Altumbase, according to Altumbase, and they are Michelle Lord, #1. Michelle's been up there a lot. She's doing a lot of really cool things on DAODAO. Got to see her yesterday in the DAODAO community hangout. After Michelle Lord was us, followed by Erica Ishaniz, who was also obviously leading the community hangout on Zoom yesterday. And after Erica was The Devil, Now and Then, Shady Acres, Quanti, Mini Clout, Happy Rabbit, and Homie. So congrats to all of them.
Yeah, so I just want to apologize for me walking around for half the show today. It's just there's so many leaf blowers. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee right now, and there's so many leaf blowers outside of the hotels. They're trying to clean up after a pretty bad thunderstorm we had here last night, and it's just been kind of crazy. So I've been trying to get to a quiet area. Does that really look weird behind me?
No, it looks like
in my video, like it's some weird thing that's showing, but I don't know. All right, well, again, I apologize. Tomorrow I'm going to be back in my office, so we're going to be doing these shows normally. Once again, no walking around, no street noise. It's going to be nice.
All right. See you guys. See you tomorrow.